We like to call it the stream before the stage. You know what I mean? To where you can utilize these fan-based audio room apps, and you can live stream online cross community domino team, pretty much, because I'm coming from the has over 100,000 members on Fanbase alone. On Facebook alone. Meta, whatever you want to call it. That don't even know that they can monetize their content, and they've been pushing for over 15 years. So it's past Clubhouse and all the other type of stuff, right? And we have things that state to state and everything else, and we have a large community base that's stuck over on that platform that need to know about what's going on over here. So doing things like cross-community challenges and tournaments is one way of doing it. And then also we have started forming has been coined by my boy DJ Swag, but called Preamp. And Preamp is pretty much basically a live stream. We like to call it the stream before the stage. You know what I mean? To where you can utilize these fan-based audio room apps, and you can live stream and do a behind the scenes where you can talk to the artists and whatnot from a live stream before they even make it to the amped up stage. You know what I mean? Whatnot. But it's doing things like that. And then you can also, one last one I'll say real quick about the spotlights that I like. The fact that we can start spotlighting communities or organizers, whatnot, from other communities, but throw it over here, so where not only do we get them, but we get their whole following over here, because this is where their award coming from, or whatever the case may be. You know, and doing things like that, because fan base has so much over here right now that people just need to be touched by. And I'll land with that.
No, agreed.
Great answer. Hey. Thank you so much.
Have you thought about this? I think that there's inside of the chat right now in the community, Scales just made a comment, and I tapped on her comment. I wanted to give her comment likes or even hearts. Is there a way you can start talking to the people behind and say, why can't we give hearts or likes to people comments inside of the chat?
I think they're working on that.
Yeah.
I think they're working on doing that. I'm not sure if I was supposed to say anything about it, but they might be working on that.
Well, yeah, so so there is, I'm sure that not almost any, but a lot of the ideas, for reacting to chats and stuff like that has been on our bulletin board over time, right? And with the chat being upgraded, the audio chat being introduced originally, and then, having it stay permanently, right? Like that being the newest update is that, it stays permanently. So if you leave the room, come back, it's still there. That was our most recent chat increment. That kind of feedback, though, Adonis, is perfect, because we as the marketing team take that down, right, as notes, any kind of feedback like this as notes, and we relay it directly to the team that is, gonna ultimately be responsible for implementing that, that feedback into an update or into a feature. So yes, we do directly talk with the teams that, can make that happen.
I brought up one time, real quick. I brought up a couple times actually in the Thursday meeting about a program. You know what I mean? A family program to where.
Oh, you're cutting out a little bit, Domino.
So that you can promote.
Oh, Domino, you were cutting out that whole time.
Hear me now?
Yeah.
Okay. Pretty much what I was saying is that I spoke about before about a fan-based affiliate program, to where people can get some type of recognition for supporting their creators and their camps, especially considering that this is a new platform that's getting ready to explode. You know what I mean? And we're some of the founders of it. Well, I wouldn't say founders of it, but beginning of another surge coming up. You know what I mean? So that we can actually get paid for, not just supporting the app, but also the camps and the creators on these apps, because the more numbers, we all grow, whether it's the app or the camps. It's still the same.
Yeah, 100% agree. Actually, working with the product team and actually trying to get like programs in place that do this and do it really well is pretty top of my priority too as well. There's a couple of providers that do like third-party software. One of the toughest things is mobile apps or like affiliate programs. You give them like codes are okay to use, but they're not always great, especially from like the passive side where if like you have a referral code and you kick it around, it doesn't always give you full attribution unless someone manually enters it in. There's ways to automate that. So when you actually, share your affiliate link to like your Instagram or your TikTok, or you share it around as a QR code or wherever you stick it, when people sign in and download the app, like it actually can give you attribution of it, which is really what I like for affiliate programs versus forcing people to enter in like the little long code hashes and things. It's a little less exciting. Plus people don't do it most of the time. If you tell someone to put an affiliate link in, they click it, it's probably like 10% that actually will do it versus the other 90% you don't get credit for it. So any affiliate program we do, I'd want to see like full accreditation to like whoever's bringing those people in, which is super important. And like I said, there's creators that drive tens of thousands of people to their profiles. They don't always make accounts, but they do click their profile, and like that affiliate link encourages people to have them like follow them and things like that, and install the app and sign up and follow their page, things like that. So expect a ton of improvement on that side to kind of dive into it. Huge priority.
Yeah. I was about to say, and that's why me and Andrew, we're going to be, now that I've got, some of the stuff off of my plate, I've got some of the things that I had at the top of mind prior done. But yeah, that's you and me going to be meeting a lot about that.
I don't know if she's still on if she's still on stage or whatnot. How do you pronounce her name? Mari? But you can do that through the CRM platform, you know what I'm saying, that's utilized, that she utilized. So it's like pay links and whatnot that do exactly what you just said. Exactly. And it'll be contributing straight to the person at the same time. You can get the analytics from it and everything else. That's another thing what I was speaking about, like we was talking about the Linktree. Linktree is the company, but what they do is they are link in bio pages. Linktree is not the only one. Koji was on deck, and Koji is actually better than Linktree, but Koji didn't have the...
Bro, can you spell Koji? How do you spell Koji?
Bro, it's Koji, but they just have been... Hold on, slow down, because they had just been purchased by Linktree. And one of the reasons why Linktree purchased... Yes, one of the reasons why Linktree purchased them is because Koji was designed to where you can do video, but you can open up economy stores and whatnot, and do direct monetization for your community and whatnot. And so Linktree just bought them, so Linktree is even going to be even better now. But one thing Linktree doesn't offer is what's going on now is you can pretty much live stream to web pages. You can live stream to link in bio pages. You can add your communities to link in bio pages and everything else. Pretty much turning your link in bio page into a real-time portal when you include Fanbase. You know what I mean? And it can be a real-time portal where you can do, it's just so many different possibilities you can do through that, straight from these audio rooms and the link in bio link. You know what I mean? And whatnot, to where you have, like I said, real-time engagement jumping off. So those are the things when I was talking about tech unity and technology growing. But real quick.
I love that. I have to just share that, the two areas of focus for me right now, this is Nuria, the two areas of focus for me right now are Fanbase and Telegram. So, I love Telegram because, and I'm brand new to that site too, because I'm trying to get my people off of WhatsApp because that's owned by Meta. And Telegram allows me to have 200,000 people in my group chat, you see. I'm also connecting with Superphone. So Superphone is another one that, has been widely used by people who are doing really well, multimillionaires, and I've had some mentoring around that. So the three things that I'm focusing on right now, number one is Fanbase, number two is Telegram, and then number three is Superphone. And then based upon what you were just sharing, bro, Domino, I'm also looking at another site that I'm not familiar with called Podia. because it allows you to do all of those things. I'm already on Patreon. I just have to, it's on my link tree. It's just not active right now. So I've got to make some shifts and changes. But Podia is another one that allows you to do, almost everything that we're talking about here. So I'm going to check that out. Maybe at the next meeting, I can kind of give you an update and see how that can connect you to what's happening here.
Yes, ma'am. It's technology. It's multi-platform integration that's pretty much going on everywhere. You know what I mean? To where all these platforms is joining together. So because they're trying to keep up with us, because we need everything. We want everything in front of us. We do so much things, especially as creators, and we own so many different platforms. You know what I mean? We don't want to have, and we can't have everybody skip from platform to platform to platform to platform. So now they have all these technologies coming out that's integrating everything together. You know what I mean? Telegram, I love Telegram. You can have 200, but you often have multiple. You can get to 400,000 when you do the little $5 premium and do you can have multiple groups and whatnot. But Telegram kind of scares me.
Yeah,
yes, ma'am?
You cut out a little bit, bro. Okay, you said Telegram allows you to 200,000, but then you can do 400,000 where?
No, you can do 400,000 from Telegram. That's the limit when you do the premium, and you can have multiple groups. So you can have, 400,000, 400,000, 400,000, 400,000. So if you do things in multiple languages, you can have a group for every language. You know what I mean, and whatnot, and stuff like that.
Got it.
But the thing is this: it's all about, like we talk about here, coming from Fanbase. We talk about owning what we put out. So in order for you to own what you put out, you pretty much almost have to own every aspect of it. So they have things where they have telegrams that you can actually white label. You know what I mean? And those are chat apps and things of that nature, community apps and everything like that you can white label that comes with the same features that these owned by other people come with. So, before I get off real quick, I want to make it official to Mr. Kyle and also to another one of your members, to where I would like to, the team that I'm forming, I already have the influencers in my own community within the online domino community where, the captains and the champions and this, that, and other. What I want to do is what I'm doing is forming a cross-community team that's built from fan-base members as well as my own online domino community members that we are going to be challenging people. I would like Fanbase to start hosting as well as taking part of these tournaments and whatnot, whether we do state-to-state tournaments or whether it's something where we highlighting certain communities on the app or whatnot. And we can do that all through these audio rooms, and at the same time, we can connect them to we can make it big enough to where verticals on the app and the lessons of the monetization, the love economy as well.
Okay, so so you're trying to use the domino tournaments as like a vessel to market, build, and to strengthen communities, like that kind of thing, yeah?
Yes, but it's a little bigger than that. We talking about common denominators. We pretty much talk about something like the brother was talking about before. Mr. Adonis was talking about something that's going to build. I forgot the word that he used, but competition and everything like that. Nothing's more competition than tournaments. You know what I'm saying, and whatnot. And you talk about leaderboards and everything that y'all spoke on today. That's why I said this room was the best room that I experienced with it connected to this marketing period, because everything that y'all spoke on is incorporated within pretty much what's on your desk already when y'all open up some of these emails. Some of these messages that I hit y'all on the back with. But it's cross-community challenges where the engagement and everything comes from the Fanbase app. You know what I mean? And it's through the fact that you can be in these audio rooms and you can put the link above our head. That link could be to anywhere. You know what I mean? Whether it's a live stream platform, whether it's a virtual platform, whether it's somewhere like Zoom, whether it's somebody's YouTube channel, whether it's like we talked about before, whether it's Telegram or what have you. You know what I mean? We control where that is. But where you put it, if it's something like, for the sake of argument, we talking about link in bio pages. Let's leave it there. You can actually have your link in bio, like my PTR says click the link in my bio. Basically, I do link in bio pages where you can live stream to and from. You know what I mean? I can live stream these audio rooms, whether you're doing it from your phone, whether you're doing it from computer, you know what I mean? Along with connecting registration forms, chat rooms, whether it's, you know what I mean, QR codes and the whole nine right there. It can be a world within this world, and it's all connected where you don't never leave fan base. You know, so when you use that and you connect that with tournaments and challenges and events and spotlights, independent artists like we was talking about the preamps, you know what I mean? Those type of things is what's going to increase these numbers, and it's going to open up a bridge between other platforms to where we can get their numbers over here.
Echoing that point, it's like rock solid. It's like one of the things I say in meetings every once in a while is like fan base is the end point of the internet. If you know Reddit really well, Reddit calls itself the front page, but being the end point where you drive, and one of the goals for fan base I think is going to help them a ton is that, you know, driving your audiences to a central place that you can have your content posted, you can have your link in bios, you can have all of that, and also be able to monetize. It's probably not super easy to monetize in a link in bio. There's ways to do it, but having an independent platform that handles the payment, you know, through like Stripe, that handles out the revenue side, that has a community built out for that, who's doing those types of things is pretty huge. And having an endpoint, like, you don't want people to leave their social channels. It's still good to have certain channels and certain pages and followings, but you just drag people over this way to monetize. Something that Patreon hasn't done fully well, which is like the monetization chain and like being an endpoint. It's hard to make content on Patreon that translates over to Instagram. You can make a fan base post that you could also carry over to Instagram to promote your page, or you could create a good audio room. You have a good snippet and you're listening to it and recording yourself, and be able to take those little snippets and carry it and make some small content. You know, AI drives a lot of that. That's going to be a huge change to, a lot of content being generated. I'd love to see us explore some of the AI tools that like lets you remix content, or, take an audio room like this and it just kind of summarizes like good key points and then build some content that you can take and then post on your own channels. Like stuff like that's huge. And those types of tools and softwares are out there, and getting them integrated into profiles is going to be, massive. And that way you can kind of work off like a wheel and spoke where, you're creating content here that you disperse out to other channels that drags people back over to your core fan base profile where you actually monetize. My last stat, I'll kill you guys with one more stat, is that the average American uses 8 social media apps every single day. And when you think about it, that's crazy.
Wow. Yeah, like, I'm one of them.
I heard it the first time and I was like, there's no way. And then I like counted and I was like, holy shit, I actually use like 7. I didn't use 8. So I was like, okay, I don't use all 8 of these, but I'm like, I can see people using Telegram, using WhatsApp, using, Facebook, Instagram, Threads, if they're using Threads, Spill, Fanbase, Instagram, etc. And you're like, okay, that does add up really quick. For a creator, how are you supposed to post to all 8 of those places? It's pretty much a full-time job at that point. And getting ways for us to make that easier is going to be huge for creators. Very much on board with that. Yeah, man.
I have a
Great insight, bro.
That was really good.
Yeah. Andrew, or Spicy Tuna Roll, he's, if I was a betting man, I'd put my money on him being the smartest one in the room when it comes to insights, man. I'm telling you guys.
All right, Adonis had a question. Go ahead, Adonis.
Yeah, come on.
Kyle and Director, now that it's the last day for people to gift their favorite creators, and the creators get 100% of the donation of the loves that they're getting right now that it's going to be the last day and it's all going to be over, what is the future of the funding creator economy look forward to now? For your position, like, now that this is done, this is a great experiment. This is a great opportunity for us as well. We actually enjoyed it, and we're looking for ways to maximize on the next opportunity for this. Can we see in the future this being a consistent thing with, I don't know how to say it, but with like particular social things? Like, is this going to be a consistent thing, or is this
let me chime in. Let me answer for Kyle. I don't want to speak for him, but like, I know one of Kyle's duties is to every day he has to basically come up with ideas like that, like this Valentine's campaign. So Kyle literally sat in the office and was given a task like, hey, come up with something. So he came up with the whole idea and everything. Creators get more love, you know, all of that. He came up with all of that. So like, he has to. Hold on. Go ahead.
How long did it take him to do that?
How long did it take what?
How long did it take him to come up with this idea in this situation?
Well, so it's not really the idea. It's more about like it's the thing that takes the longest is the actual outline and like the deployment of the campaign and the coordination between all of the teams that are in it.
I think that this was a really...
Essentially, I know, like, you know, I don't know what's coming in March, right? But if he wanted to do something like this again in March, or, you know, if he wanted to do something like this every 2 weeks or every month, you know, I'm sure he can. How fast would it be able to, like, get it done from idea process? I'm not sure because, you know, that's the dev team. They have, you know, once we implement the idea, then they take it, you know, the dev team takes it and they have to like, okay, how are we going to do this? So they do all the in-app work and all of that. But I mean, to answer your question, you know, I'm not sure. I know Kyle has a few more things planned. We have like a few more campaigns. We have a campaign, you know, more than one for each month. So I know each month you guys can look forward to, you know, something similar to the Valentine's campaign.
Yeah, exactly. So, like, how long did it take? Well, you know, to actually come up, like, once I got okayed for everything, right? That part, you know, was like a whole day of outlining the duties and expectations from every team. And then you know, but prior to that, it was...
It's not a lot, like, it's not
but prior to that, though... Right? It's not, because prior to that I had, you know, I might have had like 4 or 5 other ideas, you know, so like this one stemmed and like it branched from another idea, but the other ideas, you know, were like, you know, like, hey, change that kind of thing. So my goal though is to have something like this. Oh, and they got a lot of feedback.